I'm not scared to take a chance. Yeah, I'm so happy that I found you. And you know that I'm yours, alright. You can tell by the look in my eyes. Don't wanna play it cool, I gave it straight from the heart. Oh, how I love to be around you. We got something better than the others. We can fly higher than an eagle. Take me somewhere we can be together. Oh, how I love to be around you. Oh, how I love to be around you. You can show me how to move, 'cause I don't wanna be sitting alone. I don't care what road you choose. Don't wanna go back to who I was before. And I know that you might know right. I can tell by the look in your eyes. Don't wanna play it cool, I give it straight from the heart. Oh, how I love to be around you. We got something better than the others. We can fly higher than an eagle. Take me somewhere we can be together. Oh, how I love to be around you. Oh, how I love to be around you. Oh, how I love to be around you. Oh, we got something better than the others. We can fly higher than an eagle. Take me somewhere we can be together. Oh, how I love to be around you.
Arabic like man's housewife, I wouldn't work out.
Feel me?
Shake it up.
Yeah, feel me? You feel me? No cash on me. Swipe for a million. Yeah, feel me? You feel me? Walk in the door. Shake up the building. Yeah, shake it up, shake it out, shake it up, shake it out, shake it up, shake it out. Ooh, yeah, shake it out, shake it up, shake it out, shake it out, shake it up, shake it out. Don't care, cash got cars. No lean on my cars. Carhartt on my heart. Tattoo on my scars. Tattoo my new scars. My life has been hard. See me in the light. I was in the dark. I wake up, I send it. I wake up, I spend it. I drive Chevy, no Benzes. See me slide, not tenant. My house, yeah, I own that. Your house, yeah, it's rented. Started where the flow at. Now I top the building, yeah. Feel me? You feel me? No cash on me. Swipe for a million. Yeah, feel me? You feel me? Walk in the door. Shake up the building. Yeah, shake it up, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Ooh, yeah, shake it up, shake it up, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. On trips, I never trip. No. Shoulder gotta chill. Yeah. My best friend, my chick. My best friend gon' whip. My best friend, she pull up with a stick. My best friend, she pull up, then she skirt off and we dip. Feel me? You feel me? No cash on me. Swipe for a million. Yeah. Feel me? You feel me? Walk in the door. Shake up the building. Yeah. Shake it up, shake it out. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Ooh, yeah, shake it out, 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 shake it out.
That's a work in progress. You don't just change overnight.
Hi, everybody. Sorry, I'm a little bit running behind, but I'm here now. I'm here now. Who's here? Oh, hello, Allah. Hi, Manola, GK, Sage. Hi, everybody, and to the lurkers. Hi, lurkers. And replay gang. Hi. I'll say hi at the beginning. Okay, all right. I'm a bit hither-to-dithers. Okay, so what's everyone been doing today? What's it? Hi, Oceana. Hi. Oh yeah, if you want to hit the thumbs up, but you can always do it later if you do like the stream later. You probably don't like it yet, so how would you know? Today we are going to be watching the mukbang, which I've edited. I've taken all the eating sounds out, and then I've gone through the archives of Just Saying and Foodie's own channel and found some videos that we can discuss together which ones we want to watch. I went looking for the video where she talked about how she actually lost her job, like how she talked about it first, but I could not find it on any channel, or it might have been hidden in a mukbang and not titled that way, and I just couldn't find it. So if anybody knows of it or what it's called or remembers what she was wearing or what she was eating or what it was called, you can always let me know on Instagram or here or wherever. But yeah, let me know because I couldn't find it. And my glasses are gross. I need to clean them. So how's everybody doing? How is everybody? I went back to work today, came home early, did a little bit of op shopping and bought some stuff at the op shop. What else did I do? Went and bought some more candles. I upped my candle game. See, I've got more candles. The husband just asked me before if there was any moussaka left, and I said no because I took it to work, and my best friend tried it and loved it and wants the recipe. So the moussaka was a treat. It was a massive hit, so I'm glad about that. Clean this one. Yep. Okay. Ready to go. All right. Who else have we got? We've got Star Wilson. Hello. We got Mick the Cornball. Hello, Mick. Doing the Lord's work. Okay. Hi, Allegra. Hi. We've got Patty. We've got Pink Warrior. We've got Tangle Bliss. Oh, they're all flooding in now. And yes. Oh, and hi, Sarah B. Why, thank you for the compliment. Thank you very much. Now, guys, I'm not glossing over the fact that Allah was in here. I just don't think that there's any, no offense, Allah. I just don't have any questions for you. I don't. Oh, no, I do. I do. Allah, I used to. Here you are. Hello. Hello from another channel. This is the new one. Me? Who's the new one? Oh, this is your new channel. Okay, Allah, that's great. I do just want to double check who you are. Yep, it's you. I have one question for you, or maybe two, and if you can answer them for me, I don't bring people up on panel, but if you can answer these for me, we can go on. We might have a little bit of a chit chat. Otherwise, I'm just going to go on with my stream like normal. Not going to change plans. Do you still speak to Salah? And if you don't speak to Salah, where are you getting all your information from? Who are you talking to that still talks to Salah? Because that, unless you're speaking directly to him and he is a direct line of information, I'm going to be taking what you tell us with a very big grain of salt, and that you're just using speculation as the rest of us are. And I'm not trying to be mean to you, but you have a little bit of a track history of not being exactly forthcoming and accurate. So, and having great follow-up. So you have created a little bit of a group of doubters. So I don't know what your motivation is for coming tonight, but I'm not pulling him up on panel. I'm not dropping your link, and I don't know. I don't really have that much interest in that stuff. What I'm interested in is talking to my girls and my guys and hanging out and watching some retro stuff and watching the mukbang. So if you want to stick around and do that with us, fantastic. Otherwise, I don't know if you're going to get much out of the stream with the rest of us here. It's up to you. But if you want to stay and watch and hang out and comment, go for it. All right. So here we go. All right. Get rid of that guy. Don't need the opener anymore. I need to figure out my systems. I'm getting a bit of a routine going. All right. So here is the edited version of the mukbang. I've cut it down. I think it was 37 minutes down to about 19. So I've taken a lot of the chewing out and made the conversation actually flow. So yes, you can thank me later. Okay. Hi, Shenanigans. Dohickey, hello. We're putting Dohickey to bed, so that's wonderful. Okay. I'm about to go to sleep, but we were listening. Love to you, Doho Cookie, and everyone. Oh, Shenanigans loves us. Blush. Okay. All right. So let's go. Ghost. Ghost. Is that which ghost? Because there's a couple. Oh, it's Ghost. Hi, Ghost. All right. I've done this at a different time because I know some people are like, I miss your lives and I can't make it, or I'm asleep, or I'm just waking up. So I'm trying to mix it up for you guys as much as I can. Because remember, I got to sleep too. Okay. So let's watch. What did I call it? I called it. Did I pull it up? No, I didn't pull it up. Hang on. Oh, I pulled everybody else's up but my own. Okay. Good one, Doe. A good one. Here we go. Got it. I came home after doing all my little errands. This is things I did is I sat down and I got the edit done. Okay. So I wanted to have it ready for you guys tonight. Okay. So here we go. All right. Okay. I've called this one Lies and Lars. Okay. Now I wonder why I do wonder why she's talking about this now. Is this when, and you know how she likes to drop breadcrumbs, how she's worked since she is 16 and she's just applied for a job. So it's not going to seem weird at all when she goes and gets another job, or she gets this position she's applied for, or blah, blah, blah. Or it's just normal for her to have another income stream or something. Is she revving us up or just preparing the foundation for a new storyline where she's a working lady selling Avon door to door? I don't know. But let's hear Foodie lay it out for us while she eats an entire pizza, burger, and fries on her own. And I did a calorie count, guys, on this. I did some Googling. I wrote it down. I did the math, and I mathed with my brain. I didn't even use a calculator. The pizza and French fries and burger, just a generic burger, generic fries, and a generic pepperoni pizza. Could be less, could be worse. Was 3,857 calories for this meal. And let's add in the juice, and it would probably round it up to about 4,000 calories for this meal. Wait till you see it. Because I'm sure you haven't watched this on anybody else's channel yet. I'm sure you haven't.
So, yeah, this is local food here right now. So, Bismillah. This is a lemon mint slush.
Hi, Sally.
I have a burger. Excuse me. Burger meal and a pepperoni pizza. All right, let's dig in.
We don't
So
watch
today I'm going to be talking to you guys about,
out, Marla.
a lot of you have probably heard this, again, rerun. Okay, so this burger has like a whole bunch of veggies on it. Green pepper, tomato, mayo, cheese, beef burger.
Still doesn't replace a salad.
I don't want to get it everywhere. So we have 3 dips with these fries. Spicy mayo, ketchup, and mayo. So I thought I would tell you about my work history. Because since I'm a YouTuber, I've gotten a lot of, get a job, you freaking lazy bum. I've been working my whole life since I'm 16.
She's
Shred's
more,
pizza.
it's easier to look at her.
So I thought I would just tell you, like, everywhere I've worked up until YouTube.
Now, normally when you hear somebody say, I've been working since I was 16, it generally means that they've been employed across, like, pretty much steadily employed, like every month of every year, or there's only small breaks in between jobs. Does anybody got to have a feeling that there was like maybe 6 months here, 4 months here, so in the totality of the time between 16 and 39, she's really probably only worked maybe 8 to 10 years of that actual time as an employee as a whole. So she really hasn't worked since she was 16. She's had jobs since she was 16.
Because I do consider YouTube a job, because I put time and hours into making videos, you know.
Oh,
and
look,
I get paid.
Oceania, it was either this one or the big mouth one. The big mouth one scares people because we see more of the food. So I went with Gorilla Face. I find it friendly. It's less scary. We don't see the food sloshing around in her mouth. Oh, and I realized today after editing all of the chewing sounds out for you guys, what her eating sounds remind me of. Now, I want you to put on your imagination hats, everyone. Close your eyes. You know those little sponges that we used to use as kids to wash our bodies? They were about this big and they had little holes and they used to suck up all the water. And they had like a thick, crunchy sound. You know, they were a little bit exfoliant, but a little bit soft. Imagine those waterlogged. And you've gone and taken a big bite of that sponge and you've decided to roll it around in your mouth. And then all the water and the sponge is just smacking in between your teeth. That's what her eating sound like. Off the charts in this one, in my earphones. And it was like, oh, it was a toughie. And it was so long. It went forever.
And I pay my bills with that, or I pay whatever with it, you know?
Oh, that's what it's called. Hi, Moody.
When I started making money on YouTube, that's when I considered it a job where I could have enough to pay for things, you know? So let's go back to when I was 16. I was living in a group home because I got kicked out of my home for being a beezer. I don't blame my mom. It actually taught me a lot of things whenever she kicked me out of the nest. I mean, she still gave me money and she still invited me over for dinner every day. The group home was an amazing experience.
That's not really de-nesting you, though. That just means you live somewhere else. Like, I was 16. I stayed in the home that my mum rented because she traveled abroad, but I had to run the house by myself. I had to buy the groceries and had to make sure that my job money, because I worked in a shoe shop, had to get me all the things that I needed until mum came home and she'd do a 6-week shop. I had to learn to run a house under adult supervision, but I didn't have my mum to even ask for backup money because this was before like mobile phones. I could ring her at the hotel, but I couldn't get a hold of her if something happened. I just had to like wing it and figure it out, call 000 if it got really bad. Like, going home to your mum's place every night for dinner is not really leaving the nest.
For me, I met one of my best friends there. We were roommates. And
oh, you think she's had some teeth?
She had 9 Inch Nail posters. She was obsessed with 9 Inch Nails with Trent Reznor. Oh my God. So anyway, at this group home, they wanted you to be productive. They promoted productivity and youth. And they had the opportunity for a few of us to, I was one of the more behaved people there, actually. My roommate and I.
Oh,
go to this job.
No idea,
it was like Job Zone.
None.
Cornwall, Ontario. This place.
Do you listen with earphones?
Job,
plug some
and then the place
earphones
can decide
in
if they want
and
to.
watch some of her
I
old
think the place
mukbangs.
pays them like a placement agency for youth. So I got placed at New York Fries. I didn't like it because it was so much work for a little pay. A lot of the time I was working on my own. So I was responsible to like clean all the fryers. One time I cleaned all the fryers, which took forever to scrub the back of the fryer. Put everything away. My bad. But if you don't do that early, here's the thing with working in fast food. If you don't do it early, like maybe start a half an hour until close, at least start. You're going to be staying late and you're not going to get paid for that. One time.
Anybody who works in the service industry knows you've got to start packing up about half hour before, shutting down your registers, getting all your paperwork together, locking doors, pulling your shelves together, putting stock out that needs to be filled up in your essential areas, cleaning down benches, doing a quick vacuum. Even in offices, you have to do that. You empty your rubbish, you clean up your desk. You have to start getting ready for that knockoff. But in the fast food industry, but if you're all by yourself, I don't think you would ever do a close by yourself in a fast food restaurant because that would be like a money issue, like a security issue at nighttime. And aren't there laws around that at 16 that you wouldn't be able to close up by yourself at 16? I know there's rules about that in Australia.
3 minutes until close because you can't close. Technically, a customer could come in at, let's say you're closing at 9. The mall closed at 9.
Oh, it's
8:59.
Could be the microphone.
You have to serve them. A huge family came, ordered like 7 poutines. It was crazy. I cried. I eventually just got fired for like missing too many days. So then after that, I moved in to live with a friend and slept on her couch. The one who was hosting like a man from China. And he would come down at 5 a.m. and slurp noodles. right there sleeping. I didn't get much sleep to go to work. But anyway, I found a job. My mom's neighbor at the time, the one who looked like and sounded like Ned Flanders, he got me a job. He was the manager at a place called Ridgewood. It was a place where you make like cheap furniture. And it was an industrial area where the bus didn't go
Oh,
too often. And I was on a late shift.
Can't work on school nights past 9.
And sometimes I would even walk the whole way.
School night where I live in this
Took
suburb.
me an hour.
Sounds reasonable. Hi, Miriam.
But it was a very decent pay for my age. I think I was like 17 at this time. Dial-up
Fluid,
internet was still a
maybe.
thing. Yeah.
Fluid. Could be used.
Labor jobs? Oh my gosh. I swear I'd be doing the same repetitive.
But there is one thing about when you've got a bad tooth, it slows you down eating. And you normally, if you've got a sore tooth or you've had something out, you sort of sit on the side and you go, like you eat on the side and the side that you can't chew on, you have up. We haven't seen her eating weird like that. And it hasn't slowed her down. The amounts haven't slowed down, the types of food, the textures, nothing's changed. So if she's in pain from a weird tooth, she's definitely not showing it.
Thing. Taking this board, putting it on the machine press, taking it off. I would look at the clock and it would feel like hours and it was only minutes.
Hi.
Looking, I didn't even smoke that much back then and I started just so I could go on smoke breaks. And complain about the job with others, because that's where everyone went to complain about the job, the smoke area. There was one Karen, she was very popular. Every smoke break.
Oh, you are
Yeah,
the
I've been here like
Karenist
13 years. You can't
Karen.
even give me an extra vacation. You can give me my extra week of vacation when I want it. But I would be like, yeah, go. Eventually, they laid me off because I sucked at the job, I think. I wasn't fast enough. I'm not a machine. But that place paid maybe $12 an hour or something like that. And this whole time I'm attending high school, okay? So then,
But didn't she tell us that she was barely going to school? She was barely showing up. She was partying all night at Shannon's place, sleeping on couches, hanging out with 30-year-olds, with girlfriends that are pregnant, living that rock star lifestyle. Wasn't she getting up to all of that? She was barely at school and barely at work, so it seems. She was barely doing anything at all.
there was always layoffs in factories like that. It's still open today. My neighbor Sally, he passed away. We were having a family barbecue and the cops came over and said, have you seen your neighbor lately? Actually, no, we haven't. They checked, sure enough. He was deceased in his home. Heart attack. Rest in peace, Ned Flanders. After that, I went to New York with my family on a trip. I had a few odd jobs. Worked at a day in a bakery. Couldn't figure out how to tie the cake boxes with that rope, so I just got let go. I wasn't sad about it. Then I worked at the seafood.
How hard is that? You start at the bottom and flip it around. Jeez, it's literally tied up like a shoelace. I'm sure they would have shown her how to do it.
Food restaurant. In the kitchen, they were hiring, and I thought I was going to be a waitress.
Yeah,
But I swear they looked at me and they're like, nah, you can work in the kitchen. All of the people they made waitresses were like the hot, thin, blonde, you know. Again, there, I got laid off. I
it
could not.
may have been they assessed the fact that they're going to get paid by the job placement agency, because I'm assuming all these jobs were found by the job placement agency. She hasn't hunted them down and looked for them herself. She's been placed there and they've met everybody. And the people with the people skills got the customer facing jobs. And the awkward weirdos who giggled at every single end of every single sentence that they had whenever they interacted with anybody of any gender got put in the back. I don't think it's about being hot, thin, and blonde. It was probably about not scaring the customers off with your weirdness. Let's put her in the back. Maybe she can wash a dish, mop a floor, take out the rubbish, chop a potato. We'll see what we can get her to do. But hot blondes get to be out the front, apparently.
I'll figure out how to blacken snapper. Time I dropped the whole bin of chowder everywhere. Ugh, what a disaster.
Oh, yeah.
Another one was telemarketing is the worst. Oh my gosh. Selling pantyhose.
There are two jobs that I never said I would ever take, but I've never been in a position where I'm like, you know, desperate. I'd do any job if I had to make money. Like, if if I was in a position where I just had to work, whatever job, and I had no skills in any other areas. Commission, where you literally just work on commission and that's it, because I couldn't handle the stress of all that. And telemarketing. They are just the two. I'd rather clean toilets. That's a good job. That's a fantastic job. Cleaning up after preschool kids. Cleaning boys' toilets for a living. I could not think of anything worse. I'd rather do that than telemarketing. At least I know when I go, I do my job and I get paid. I'm being paid by somebody. The only place that I would ever work where I worked on commission would be a men's clothing store, because I could sell the shit out of that and be just fine. But I won't work on commission anywhere else. I won't do it. I need a stipend or like an average wage and then bonuses. That's the only contractual thing I'd ever do, or I just get paid by the hour. I'm happy with that. I don't have high ambitions. I work, you pay me. Done.
1 minute you're employee of the week, scamming people into buying crap they don't want, like encyclopedias. The next you're laid off because you're not productive enough and selling enough. Another one was trying to get people to buy.
She was probably dodging
getting a
phone
floor
calls.
carpet clean. I think the whole time I worked there, 2 weeks, one customer. You'd go in, the woman would
Hi,
rip a
Sassy.
page from the phone book, give it to you, call all these numbers.
Sassy, I have a quick question for you. Didn't you have a concert in November that you're coming to in Brisbane? Is that you? I'm sure it was you. Have you been? Is it coming up? What are your plans? How's it going? Tell me if I'm completely wrong and I've remembered the wrong person, but I'm sure you said you've got a concert.
The one customer I was so grateful for because it made me happy. She got like the total package.
Oh, see?
You can have one
I
room
didn't
for
even
like
read your comments. Sorry, hon.
blah, blah, blah. Or you can have 3 rooms for blah, blah, blah. Anyway, she's like, okay. I was like, sorry? She's like, sure. I was like,
That's right.
all 3 rooms?
Woo.
Yeah. I was like, oh, okay, let me sign you up.
Oh,
Anyway, the guy never paid us. He went like bankrupt. And
like you'd call over the radio. They'd never come out onto the floor to support. They're always at the back on their phone, talking to the warehouse staff, or they're mysteriously in the toilet for 20 minutes. Never taking stuff out to customers' cars, never picking up the phone, just on the computer doing like admin stuff that doesn't need to be done. I've got to do some training, or I'm looking something up for a customer. 30 minutes later, they're still looking up the same thing for that customer. Yes, I know the type.
scammed us out of being paid or something. I don't know. I went to cash my paycheck and it bounced.
Oh, yeah.
Only one customer in 2 weeks. I can see why.
Oh.
And if I owned that business, I wouldn't hire
Don't tell
people
us
to call
which
the
one.
phone book. I would just do it
Tell us
myself.
which one. But South Bank's beautiful.
Anyway, so that was a crappy job.
You got to take. Okay. South Bank at nighttime, amazing, especially in summertime. The Jacaranda Walk around South Bank is amazing. Check out if they've got anything going on at the pavilion. Sometimes I'll have live acts. If you get a chance to go out at the nighttime, if you're going to be there for more than one day, it's going to be so good. South Bank's a buzz this time of year. And if you get a chance, go to the Eat Street markets at Eagle Farm. They have these dongas, or the shipping containers, all decked out and all trimmed up and looking very cool, and they have string lights up everywhere. And you can try all these different nationalities' foods. You can try Japanese, Italian, they have oysters, they have seafood, they have Korean, they have Polish food, Mexican, they have everything. And they have jewelry and clothes, they have live music. It's really fun. If you get a chance, you should go to the Eat Street markets. It's a little bit away from South Bank. You just have to get in an Uber and they'll take you over, but it's totally worth the visit.
Then I was focusing on, I went to Katimavik. I traveled around Canada, volunteer working.
We have some top
Where I
grade
worked for
restaurants
free for
in
40
the
hours a week.
city. Amazing.
Very rewarding work. I told you about the women's shelter. We also did, that was in Mattawa, Ontario. I don't remember how much the telemarketing jobs paid. I think they were a lot of commission based.
I do it because
Maybe $11 an hour.
I get sick of looking at a regular.
Katimavik, they gave you $21 a week I spent on cigarettes. And then in Quebec City, I worked at a
I thought she started smoking. Oh yeah, that's right. She started smoking when she was in Katimavik, but she made out like she was a good little girl in Katimavik. No, she ran away from Fatima Vic because apparently she was being bullied by some guy. And she's like, she did that little O'Malley Hendrix's opener is showing us how she ran away from Fatima Vic and she hated it. And she didn't want to be one of the like lambs, the sheep, the followers. She wanted to be a cool girl dating boys and drinking and smoking. She wasn't the little pious princess that she just made herself out to be. I was one of the better behaved gals. No, you weren't.
How would I describe that? Maison de la Famille, home of the family. It's like a social program. So they
Mm.
develop programs for like families in need. They have like family day festivals, learning programs. I had to teach the mayor of the small town English. I was responsible for developing programs like that. Very interesting. And then in Emerald PEI, where I live,
Oh, she was about developing community programs. How does one go about developing a community program, Chantal? Because I can tell you, as part of my social science studies from a million years ago, it's not as simple as just going, oh, we're going to do this program. Where do you resource your funding from? Do you get a government grant? Do you get it from your local council? Where have you got your, where do you get your building from? Where do you get your public liability insurance from? Where do you get your resources from? Where do you get your other employees from? What's the structure of your plan? How do you let them know whether your the classes or the program that you have is either successful or not successful? How do you know what your outcomes are? What's the goal? How did you set your programs up? Did you have a mission statement? How many people did you have working for them? What was the goal of the program? Tell us about it, Foodie. How does one set up some public programs for support, development, rehabilitation? What were the programs for, Foodie? Let us know, because I'd be so keen to have that conversation with you. Or did you just make a form that people filled out asking, if you would like some help, what help would you like? Please sign on the bottom and fill out your details. Is that what you did? I'm pretty sure you probably just created a document and then faxed it to somebody. That was her implementing a program. Hi,
I used to
the
bike
Queen.
uphill every day to Bridalbin.
Madame.
Pass by a bunch of cows who look forward to me seeing them. And I worked for a weird environmentalist guy. I don't mean weird in a bad way, but he was like very eccentric. Anyway, he owned a lot of land, and we were hired an environmentalist group to cut down brush from the trees and make brush mats along the side of the banks so they don't erode. And I had to wear like those waders and everything. Very challenging.
I just felt like we needed a visual representation of that moment. Foodie stomping around the long grass in some waders in a cute little bucket hat, making anti-erosion grass mats. Just her in the heat, in the sun, red face, sweating, hot as all get out in her waders, just hating life. I could imagine she just bitched and moaned the whole time.
I wanted to challenge myself. I could have picked another job. Then when I came back home from Fatima Vic, I finished high school, went to university, dropped out because I was homesick.
It is
I was on like a grant.
just getting the funding. And you know what? You don't just make one application. You have to do that application like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You apply to everybody who's willing to dole out money and just hope your application fits their criteria that they're looking at. And they're like, yep, we're going to give you $150,000 and this is going to cover your liability. It's going to cover everything. And maybe next year, if you get some good outcomes and some good feedbacks and it's a program that seems to be working, we might think about giving you another $150,000 next year. But you've got to go through the entire process all over again. And this time we've got to back it up with paperwork and have a complete audit of all your financials, your employment records, everything, your outcomes with your clients, your client files. We have to audit everything as well. And everything has to be dotted and crossed, because that's what it's like to run a community-based, because you're using other people's or the public money. You can't just be like, yeah, whatever, it worked, give us some more money, please. No, I said please. No, it's not that simple. She's such an idiot.
And like a student loan.
Hi, Granny Bluey.
And then I went to work at StarTech in Cornwall, like a customer service for AT&T Wireless, and then Singular
Oh,
for many years.
what do you mean, Salah? What fun break do you need? Make some suggestions.
one of the best and worst jobs. Best because our team was funny and fun. I worked a lot of night shifts with Pete. Time I just played this copter game.
That's
But the
probably why
customers
you
were
get
so
tired.
sometimes difficult. And sometimes it was busy. Like you had a red queue. Red means like back to back over 99 calls waiting. You were pressured into productivity. You had to hurry,
I
you know,
spell it.
or else quality assurance would come after you and be like, your calls are too long, okay? Like, buddy, let's trade jobs. This is not an
Quality assurance has probably done your job for the last 5 to 10 years. That's why they're in quality assurance, because they know how to do your job. Therefore, they can assess you and supervise you. If you can do your job properly, you can always ask for retraining or some help or get moved somewhere else. If you didn't like it, quit, find something else you're good at.
easy job by any means. Anyway, I know I'm starving. I haven't eaten in a million years.
Oh, change her face.
I said I wouldn't eat all this, but I don't know. It's very, I'm like not full. I don't know what's wrong with me.
Arla, it's
Okay, so
a
this burger
video.
has, like, a whole bunch
Oh,
of veggies
shoot. Every single video, guys.
Anyway.
Is that not the way?
Your customers can hear you smile.
Arla, it's an edit. I've edited this and the filter doesn't get changed. It's embedded into the video. I change them with certain videos, but this one, it's going to stay gorilla face the whole way. She looks softer and less scary. Wouldn't you agree, guys? This is a much more pleasant foodie.
Smile.
If we're
I
going to
hope I
use
can hear the
filters,
milk
let's
number,
use some good ones.
I'm kidding. Anyway, that was rude. So after that, I applied for a job with the Red Cross. I'm doing scheduling. Oh, StarTech paid.
I worked for Red Cross as part of my social sciences degree. I went into people's homes and people that were struggling with their parenting skills as part of a parenting program, where we basically taught them how to play with their kids and how to direct their kids and how to not discipline their kids, but manage behaviors through play. That was really fun. I had a kit and a bucket in my box and had coloring pencils and glitter and glue and Play-Doh and all these fun things like balloons, water balloons. And basically we would just run around in the yard or in the house, whatever space we had, because sometimes the houses were not suitable for play, if you get my drift. And we would just run around and the parents would be like trying to learn how to play with their kids and how to interact and ask questions and initiate play and keep the play going and have good interactions in a fun way, because they didn't know how to do it themselves. They had just never either learnt it from their parents or they'd never had those kind of relationships. So they were basically being taught how to play with kids. And then I got to do arts and crafts. It was so cool. And I got to pick the activities and it was cool. I liked that. I liked that volunteer position. That was really cool.
$12 an hour. Something like that, 12 something. Which was a good salary back then.
Oh, I'm
So
sorry.
then I got hired at the Red Cross.
My bad. Anola is correct. Foodie just gives them
Working in the office.
Hi.
Scheduling home care.
No, she shows them a bit of cleave and they're
Tough
like,
job.
yeah, just throwing money
If
at
someone
it.
called
Here,
in sick,
love.
for example,
Take it,
like
take it
PSW, like a
all.
personal support worker, you had to rush and rebook all of their day. And it was hard because like people are overbooked, you know? And these people rely on services. They need their care every day.
Oh my God, Chantal, have you ever worked a Boxing Day or a Black Friday sale or a Mother's Day or Christmas Eve? Have you ever done any of those things? No. Have you ever had someone make you cry on the floor because they've been so incredibly rude to you? Because everybody's in a high stress moment going back to school. Have you ever had that? No. Making a few appointments, ringing up staff members who are available and having to make maybe 10 to 12 phone calls back to back doesn't seem like that stressful. I could imagine maybe it is, but we all have difficult parts of our jobs.
Hey, some people are reliant on it. I got paid $15.50 an hour to start. Plus
Oh God, he does know.
$1,
Lord.
excuse me, an hour more if you work after 6. I didn't like the management there.
Oh,
My boss,
now Arla, I have got a question for you now that you're here, and I have forgotten that you have actually seen her in real life because most of us haven't. We have all been hidden by the cloud, most of us by the cloud of the filters. Is she red, lumpy, and bumpy? Is she blotchy and veiny and just really? Because we're concerned for her skin. Do you reckon you could smuggle us some products? We've got a list from Lush. Now, Ala, I know you've got a Lush in Kuwait because she's told us a couple of times. And I'm sure as a friend of Salah, and you want his wife to be lovely and beautiful and pleasing to the eye, I have a list. If I give you the list, do you reckon you'd be able to pick up 3 items from Lush and maybe slide them under his door, mystery parcel to the lovely Chantal, love from all of Kuwait, because she would believe it. If you just left it on their doorstep, it's a beautiful packaging. Hopefully she'd start using it and maybe her skin would clear up. I don't know. It's either that or she'll try and eat it because it smells delicious. I don't know. But if you feel like you can complete the mission, I'll give you the list of items.
When you're in the worst mood and you're overworked, she would try to boost morale by coming around.
Question. I have another question for Awa. I've just come up with some ideas. The food bank, are they getting their fruit and veg from food banks? Because that's what it looks like to me. Their groceries look like they are pre-packed stock from a food bank. The cupcakes, looks like it's stuff that's probably put in there for kids. The Capri Suns, the waters, a massive amount of fruit and veg, because normally when it's donated, it comes in ridiculous amounts. Hardly any like basic stuff. It all looks like it's food bank stuff designed to last you through the Armageddon. Is that a thing in Kuwait? Is there a program that they could sign up for to get food bank food? Because that's what I think is happening.
When you're busy. I'm like, hey, don't look so sad, Chantal. What are you doing? Like that kind of thing, but it just gets on your nerves, you know? And then the supervisor, she would come up. I could barely hear her, you know? I had my headset on and she would always come to my desk.
No.
I wouldn't even notice. Sometimes she would scare the crap out of me.
Terrible.
She would just be standing there, like looking all stern, but like, I don't know. She always had like this weird little smile on her face, but I think it was just her facial expression. I'd turn around and be like, oh, Janine, you know, like you scared me. And she would be like, did you book all of
She wrote newsletters for some program. She wrote newsletters, articles for a business that she worked for. It's on her LinkedIn profile. It's in there. And she used the English, I don't know. I think she only did 6 months of the English major, and then she, I don't know, smoked too much weed and decided to drop out. I don't know. I think she just picked that because she fancied herself a bit of a creative writer, like Amber does.
Rebecca's clients for today. I'm like, I'm working on it.
Okay.
I'm not a miracle worker. So then moved up to
Look, Sour, we can regress. We can do a childhood regression. If you want to come over to my house and put some glitter on paper and play with some Play-Doh and maybe have a water bomb fight out in the backyard, I'm down for it. Hell, I'll even bring the cat for you. I'll bring Buddy. He can be on the action. He loves to run around the backyard. If you'd like to do that, we could arrange something. We could arrange an arts and crafts stream. All right?
Ottawa. I got a job because of my healthcare background.
Oh, yes, the French. It's not French.
At a home healthcare service.
Becca Boo's here. Where? Hi, Becca. Hi,
The only reason I left the other job was
Oh, she did.
so I could work at
like,
the one in Ottawa.
see, I'm always a bit afraid I embellish perhaps or add more things than I probably need to, like condense it down, guys, because the computers need to read them in a certain way. That's how resumes are done now. You have to get them professionally done so the computers can read them, because they put them through computer programs and they pick up on keywords and then they filter you through to the next candidacy. It doesn't matter what your experience is, they have to be written a certain way. Anyway, I'm afraid to lie on them in case they ask me, can you do this like a computer program? I'll be like, yeah, that's great, because that's the main computer program you're going to be using in your position. And I'm like, awesome. And then I'm off to the bookshop to get like Windows 2010 or 2015. I don't even know what the programs are called. Bloody Edge for dummies. And I'm learning it as I go in the workplace, floundering or doing a crap job or not formatting things properly. Like, that is my bit. Don't say you have a skill that you don't have. I don't care how much the job pays. You're going to be so stressed out. It's not worth the money. Just embellish. Like, say I'm an avid horse rider. If you've been on a carousel, technically you have ridden a horse. It's that kind of thing. Don't say you know how to do PowerPoint, Microsoft Excel. If you don't know, if you know what the page looks like, that's one thing. If you know how to do the formulas, that's another thing. I know how to cut out cells, that's all, and the columns, that's all I know how to do on Excel.
Similar pay, 15 something an hour. Was there for many years. Underappreciated, underpaid. So one day during my shift, I
Hi,
looked
Charlie's
up
mum. Hi, need some Z's.
other jobs. I got
Oh, no. They filled out some paperwork incorrectly. They messed up on the admin side of it, and that's why it was considered unfair dismissal, because they had not signed off on her leaving early, or they hadn't corrected her on her leaving early or something like that. So therefore she was considered unfair dismissal, and then they had to pay her out and sign an NDA. That's why. It wasn't discrimination. She said it was because she didn't get along with her manager. Yeah, she probably didn't get along with the manager because she was leaving early and coming in late and probably not doing her job, and she didn't speak French and she didn't know how to use the programs. She was not suited for the position. That's why she didn't get along with the manager, because she couldn't perform the tasks that she had been hired for. Therefore, they wanted to fire her. They fired her, but they fucked up on the paperwork. So this one, luck of the Irish, gets a big payout and gets to be off 6 months, then YouTube.
asking for a raise, like anything, 20 cents. I applied.
You don't get a raise for not.
Oh no, I went to work for another healthcare company in between. Went back to the other one.
Road. Hello.
My boss took me back.
Oh, I bet they did. I bet they're like, thank God she's
She
gone.
knew I worked
Now we can
hard.
hire someone good.
Then my friend at the office, like, well, let's just take her back. We like working together. Then I worked at the psychiatric
So
hospital.
fun. I hope you have
Got let go.
a good couple of days
I knew
off.
it was because I didn't get along with my boss.
A pavo is the first day just sleep. Like you just sleep. You have a shower, put your warm jammies on. Oh, it's not warm. Your cozy jammies, and you just like sleep for the day. And then you get up and do stuff. And then after about 5 days, you start thinking about washing and packing and getting ready to fly out again.
She was a doctor. I was very set in her ways and was used to having the same secretary for 23 years. And we
Don't
just
be
didn't match.
starstruck by me. I'm so normal. You
My mental
don't
health was
even know.
deteriorating as well. And I couldn't make it for 7 a.m. I hated it. I came in late a lot, which isn't good, but I don't have the best work ethic. I'm sure you can imagine.
Lay like
When I'm
broccoli.
unmotivated and not feeling well, you're nervous of being like,
Yeah, nervous you're going to be caught because you've lied on your resume. Feeling unwell because you have a really crap diet and you don't move, and you know you're going to get busted for all the shenanigans. Well, not shenanigans, all the crap that you're getting up to. She was anxious all the time because she knew she lied on her resume and she couldn't do the job. And she probably did have mental health issues because she's fucking loopy as all get out. But she probably just didn't want to go to work. She didn't want to be there. And if you're earning as much as she said she was in a year, like $65,000 a year, blah, 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 you're going to have some skills, and you're going to have to demonstrate those skills, and you would have performance reviews quite regularly. And yeah, so I just don't think she could keep up with the pressure of a job like that.
shunned for my work.
No, he just stepped
but
out
it was
for like
really
10
nice.
minutes, Sassy.
And the hospital paid me off. They gave me a really nice sum of money that I could live off for a while I was looking for another job. I thought I'm going to take a little break, mental break. So I stayed home. And also because I was wrongfully dismissed, I argued that with unemployment, I was also getting unemployment on top of that, but they deducted the money.
Yeah, you weren't getting it on top of it. They allowed you to keep your payment because you got to. It's almost like being made redundant. You don't get to have unemployment for a certain amount of time if you've been made redundant, because you get a big lump of money that you can live off. That's what it's for. You get about, I think it's 12 weeks worth of pay or something like that. You don't get employment on top of that. It's not like the lotto. It's not free money.
That I got from the settlement. Anyway, I started as a temp position in the schizophrenia ward. And I was making 25 something an hour. Can you imagine? From 50, it's $10 more an hour than where I was before. And then I applied because I knew my temp position was a maternity.
So if she is going from $15 an hour to $10 extra an hour, and she worked an 8-hour day, that's 8 extra nashies she could have every single day. She could have 8 more nashies. That's amazing.
leave. My time was up, but I had access to internal
Alice back.
applications
Anybody got
system.
any questions?
So I applied for an opening as a level 3 secretary, more responsibility
She doesn't.
for 28 something an hour, and amazing benefits. You know, vacation. You don't have to work holidays.
She's never really said, "Oh my god," and I absolutely love this job. All we've heard is, "Oh, that was a Karen. I didn't like her. The manager didn't like me. I didn't do my work. I came in late. I left early. I just played computer games. It was too much pressure. It was a lot of work. We got busy, blah, blah, blah." Like, has she never had a job that she's absolutely loved or had success at? Does she have any stories where she had wins, or she was salesperson of the month, or her team made the goals and we were number 1 or 2 or 3 out of 100? Does she have any good work stories, or is it all just bitching and moaning?
In the another department. What's wrong with me? It's still not even that full. Oh well.
And I do find it highly, highly ironic that her last few jobs were in healthcare and mental health care. I mean, that's the biggest karmic joke in the world. If that's not God trying to put you somewhere for you to take notice of your mental health, I don't know what is. He's literally put you in the hospital where there are crazy people, hoping you would get the fucking hint. No, this one didn't take it, but should pay out.
That's enough. I remember the union calling me in, or my boss emailed me. So there's a meeting with the union and management at 11:30.
That's so good.
I said, all right, well, I have to set up
Kat. I'm going to call you Kat.
the boardroom for a meeting and take minutes. They're like, no, you know, the other secretary will do it. I said, okay. And I was like nervous. I'm like, oh, I'm going to get canned. You know that feeling? And I was like, oh no. So, but then when I got in the boardroom and when the union and the management talked to me, said, sign this form, you know, don't give like details exactly of what's written in the termination paper.
I can imagine.
And we'll give you so-and-so with
You don't,
thousands of
nothing
dollars.
slides.
And
Nothing slides in healthcare.
yada, yada, yada. And you can go home now. So in my head, I was like, and they brought a box of I'm sorry, but they brought a box of Kleenex to the boardroom, thinking I'm going to cry for my position. And my eyes were as dry as ever.
Okay, so this is coming from somebody who has mental health problems, panic disorder. According to her, she has panic attacks, and ongoing depression and anxiety. And I can tell you, in that circumstance, your anxiety would be very heightened. You would probably be feeling like everybody's looking at you, everybody's bombarding you. You'd be embarrassed as all get out because you are getting fired. Because I've been in rooms where I've had to let people go because I've been a manager, and I've been in positions like that where you've had to tell people, look, I'm sorry, but we're just not going to be able to have you working for the company anymore. And A, B, C, and D, here are your options. As far as I know, we're going to have to just, break the ties, and you're no longer working here anymore. People break down because I worry about, how am I going to pay my bills? I've got to get another job. This is embarrassing. I feel like a failure. What did I do wrong? I'm so sorry. I made a mistake. Most people feel a little bit like it's a kick in the guts. Oh, not this one. Dry-eyed. I'm getting some money. I can sit on my fat ass and eat all the takeaway I want. I've got a big chunk of change. Couldn't give a shit. She saw it as a way out. And most people would be like, yeah, I'm getting the good money, but I've got to get another job eventually. I have to look for something else. And how do you find another job if you've been terminated? Because they go and check these things. You need a reference from your last employer, and your last employer fired you. So I don't think you're going to get a really good reference from that. So good luck at Subway making sandwiches.
A little crap, okay? I'm not going to lie. I admit, when I heard this, I was thinking to my husband, okay, so you're going to terminate my position, which I don't like anyways. Give me thousands of dollars, and then I'm going to get unemployment. Heck yes, sign me up. So, but that's the good thing. It was a really nice place to work, and you could have a long career there. That's the thing. It wasn't for me, So that was
you're
that.
back.
And then I was at home and I thought, I'm gonna just do. I started watching more YouTube since I had more time. And I thought, you know what, this was 2017. I said, you know, I'm gonna start doing makeup. So I started doing makeup. Didn't really get that many views, maybe 50 views or something. Then I made a video, Meet Your Haters. I started watching Amber Lynn and I couldn't for the life of me understand why all of these people who like just seemed like a bunch of miserable hypocrites to me were making so many videos about the pettiest, stupidest things. And you know, just it got a lot of attention because nobody dared challenge them, right? So people started turning on me and, you know, it got
Yeah, Foodie was the wave. She was started the hater wave. The YouTubes had never had anybody calling anybody out for reacting to anybody before. She was the first one. Nobody had stood up. Nobody had this a spine of steel shaped like the letter C before Foodie. It was all her. She had the guts and she got the glory for standing up to people picking on or calling out or criticizing on commenting on Amber Lynn.
talked about all over the internet on these forums or whatever. And then I started doing mukbangs because that's when mukbangs started becoming a huge trend in America and in Canada, whatever. So I hopped on the trend bandwagon and I started doing story times and
She's a
just
little
gained
bit
traction. And I told I remember making my first
a little bit.
$50 and thinking, 50, because I always hear it was so hard to make money on YouTube. Yeah, it can be, yeah, for sure. You know, you need to have thousands of views or whatever. So
Dot, you're right. He does seem to laugh a lot. That he laughs a lot in her presence. Yuck, 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 yuck. He's always giggling. I mean, maybe he's just a simple guy. All he needs is some rice, some lamb, and some French fries, and a couple of nuggets thrown at him occasionally, and a computer desk. Maybe he's just one of those simple creatures that doesn't need much out of life.
So I remember telling my grandmother, do you think I could like not look for a job and just like do this as a job? And she was like, oh no, I wouldn't rely on that. I don't think it's going to happen. Well, here we are today.
Well, she sounds like a
Years later.
wise woman, and maybe you should have listened to her.
Had some good times, had some not so good times, but
It is weird, and you know what? If he is happy, great, but it doesn't make her any
It's
less
been,
of a nasty
a ride.
biatch.
sometimes the thing with YouTube income is it's not the most stable. It goes up, goes down, goes up, goes down.
And that's why you should have been saving instead of spending in case it just all went away one day. Like it did when it got lost before Cuba. That's why maybe you could have been putting half of what you earned away and all of the tax money you needed to put away and just subsisted off the remainder. Just act like you're poor just in case you become poor. That's how successful people like have. It's called a nest egg or a safety net, Foodie. Something grown-ups try to obtain. Some of us can and some of us can't because we don't earn enough. You were definitely earning enough that you should have had yourself a little nest egg. But you know what? Go and eat all the nashies in the world. Make you happy. It'll make you fulfilled.
You know,
Maybe you're right,
this
Dot.
is
He
just
could
lemon,
be- it could be all up in
real lemon
her.
and real mint
I just doubt it
with some
highly.
sugar mixed.
It's not so much that I doubt that he could be attracted to her and into her because that's, I mean, guys like all types of women, all types. Where I get suspect is that they met for 2 days. He's mentioned married after talking to her for 2 days. That's weird. That is weird. And it's just completely like they're two. If they were very like-minded people, I can understand how they could feel like they'd know each other for a long time. If they had very similar interests, they had a lot of like their background was very similar. Like they had things that made them feel comfortable. Like they were just matching socks. He is so very different to her. Different age slot, different life experience, different religion, different morals, different values, just different. Like oil and water, different. And yes, opposites attract. But I just find it very interesting that him and her meeting online and finding like a love connection after 2 days, it's suspect. It's just, I could be 100% wrong, or I could be completely on the money. We will never know until Foodie tells us all about it, but once it implodes.
Oh my gosh, I've been talking forever. That's in a nutshell some of my work life. I'm sure I'm missing out a few things here and there, but
Tangled.
you know, when I went to school, I did story times, a lot of story times on this, but I never like went through, I don't know if I went through each job.
Yep.
Categorically and how much I made.
Cooking videos are going to make her come.
Now here I am back to the fool on the
Where
internet.
the
Well, it's
followers are coming
2023.
from.
What else is new?
The cooking video. It was the garlic.
Anyways,
lemon
guys,
finish.
thank you for listening. I can't believe I ate all that food out there. We didn't think I was going to, but I was very, 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 very hungry. So actually, now that it's catching up, I'm feeling more full. So I'm good for the evening. Alhamdulillah. All right, guys, thanks for watching me and listening to me. And I'll be doing next video will be a cooking video. Inshallah. All right, guys.
So excited. We've got cooking videos coming, guys. How out of 10, how excited are you for a Foodie Beauty cooking video? Only because they're so fun and so much fun to break down. Because I swear to God, one day she's going to set a sleeve on fire, and I don't want her to. I literally do not, because that's scary, because the whole place could go up and she could get hurt. But I just feel like she needs to change her outfits, and she needs to either have tighter sleeves, cuff sleeves, no more dangling abayas when you cook foodie. Just don't do it. It's a hazard. It's a hazard. All right, so let's get rid of that one. Lies and lies. Okay, do you want to hear the titles of some of the ones that I've picked? Because I've got some good ones. They're varied. They're different flavors. Some are really old and some are a bit newer. Mostly pretty old. I'm surprised Gem Gem's not here. Gem Gem's probably sleeping. She's probably sleeping. She loves a good react. So Gem Gem, if you're watching on the replay, I am thinking of you, okay? All right. So this one is called this one I picked for personal reasons. Chantal, getting ready for weight loss surgery. Weekly recap. Foodie Beautiful. Big, beautiful me. Now, this one, because we watched the Cuba Rage yesterday, and she was talking about how weight loss surgery is so unnatural. So I just wanted to, I don't know, rebuttal her own words with her own words. Next one. Foodie Beauty Chantal went for a walk, so her job is now done. Basically, her being lazy in a nutshell. Chantal grading God, but we did that one. I've got that one pulled up twice. That one there. Oh, I've pulled it up twice instead of just once. Eat dinner with me and a TMI story time throwback Thursday. These are all about 2 or 3 years ago. 4 years ago from that one. And I've got a couple of others, but the TMI one, that's the one I want to watch. Is that the one with the really cool? Oh, this is the one. I want to watch this one. I want to watch the TMI one, because she talks about portion control and how she's overeating. And this is 4 years ago. And nothing's changed. It's all still the same bullshit. Which one? I think he's a bit dumb, but dumb and smart at the same time. You know what I mean? He's sly. I think Salah is sly. Earn like a king and spend like a pauper. That's exactly right. That's exactly it. You want to drink Brown Brothers champagne, but you get the passion pop instead. Same effect. At the end of the day, you both get hangover. They're both desperate. Oh, yeah, she should have just put even part of just a little bit of the money, just 10% of it away, and she would have been able to stay in Canada and moved into an apartment again and get different car or pay taxes off. Exactly. But she's not a grown up. It doesn't even matter about him possibly being attracted to her. The fact that he's a Syrian Muslim man in his late 20s living in Kuwait. This marriage is not accepted. This is absolutely a Roms chem. 100%. I also wonder if maybe he can't have kids for health reasons. Maybe he doesn't like kids. Maybe he doesn't want to have kids, and that's totally valid. Hi, Hugh. How are you? Okay, the green card to Canada is it? Well, they don't have green cards in Canada, but we know what you mean, the citizenship thingy. Yes, opposites do attract, but fizzles out without real effort put into the relationship. Yep. 10 plus. Okay. 1 out of 10. Okay. I'll only see what he wants. Not sure if he knows anything. Oh, I have doubts too, but I mean, he doesn't come in here and he's not nasty. So, I mean, what are you going to do? Okay. Once again, And let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. She ate an entire pizza, a large pizza, and a dense beef burger and fries. And she's going to try and sit there and say, that's not an inch. I'm still hungry. Why is that? That's weird. I think it's because you're restricting, madam, which is against terms of service. And if you haven't eaten anything all day and then you're like absolutely munging, starving, totally fanging for some food, she's going to sit there and eat like she has been. Because I cut out a lot of the frenzied eating at the front. I left it in yesterday because I wanted you guys to see it. But she's dipping. We've seen it all. Blah, blah, blah. Want chips, bit of pizza, bit of dip, bit of chip, bit of pizza, bit of dip, bit of burger. Like, she's just all over the place. I think she's restricting and like, I'm just going to have one meal a day. And then after that pizza and that burger and that fries are finished, what's the bet she's gone to the fridge and had something else to fill her up? She's not losing any weight. All that food in the fridge is being eaten or disposed of or sold or who knows. But the food in the fridge is always gone. It's going somewhere and she's still ordering in. So I still think she's inging big time. So I don't know, but not that YouTube's going to do anything about it. All right, so this one we're going to watch. It is 24 minutes long and 25. We're going to fast forward. We can slow it down. We can slow it up. It is from Foodies on Channel, so it's not edited in any way. This is product she's put out. These are her words, unaltered from Foodie Beauty. So let's watch it. Okay. So this is when she was still trying to be a mukbang channel. All right, let's go. Hit it. Let me know if she's loud enough because her sound quality is a bit dodgy sometimes.
He waits till I start filming to get up here. Nah. Hi, guys. Hi. I'm sorry that I'm forever yelling at Sam Beeson. Well, I don't yell at him, but you know what I mean. I go, nah.
It's not a look.
I know warm water is better for your stomach and things, but I don't know. I prefer at least a bit cold, like not ice cold, but fridge cold, you know. Hi guys, so welcome to a video. Now, this I wouldn't call this a mukbang, okay? But you are welcome to tell me. I know a lot of people said, well, what to do healthy mukbangs, but it's not really a mukbang because it's not like a huge spread of food. It's just me having my dinner.
So, in Foodie's view, a mukbang is when you eat a large amount of food. So she's sitting down doing mukbangs, and she's having in what most of us consider large amounts of food. She's not having just a wee little singular plate. She's having platters. So this is just her dinner. Looks like a normal, regular sized dinner. I wonder how long this lasts. Probably just this video. I don't like her shade of lipstick at all.
Way out using my new scale. And
lipstick.
I did write in my food diary, which I will be bringing to the weight loss doctor Monday. So it's just my meal that I'm going to be eating. So let me tell you what I'm going to have. So I am allowed to have that one starch or the carb a day. So I'm using it in my dinner. And I measured out half a cup. That's why it's that shape. Half a cup of cooked brown rice.
She knows. She knows. This is 4 years old. She knows how much rice you should be having in a serving. So when she sits down and eats that entire plate for 5 people of rice, she knows she's overeating. She knows it.
I'm allowed to have unlimited asparagus. And I did measure out the olive oil, 1 teaspoon.
Sweetie, you don't need anything else.
A whole bunch of asparagus with a bit of seasoning.
Don't eat the asparagus.
MSG-free seasoning. And I measured out 6 ounces of these lean chicken meatballs that and like a sauce that BB's sister made, and it's so delicious. She's an amazing cook, and we take turns cooking. Now 6 ounces, like I was severely overeating before I started measuring my food, and I know a lot of you were like, you need to get a scale, and I was like, oh, it's so tedious, but I'm glad I finally just listened.
I'm there with you with that. I'm totally on board with that philosophy. Before Chantal, look, I said this the other week that Chantal is Salah's glow up. And I don't mean that like with his friendships, he's lost friendships, he's not working. But when you look about how he's living, he was living in a tiny little shoebox apartment, little crappy little runt car. He's on his 4th car now, I believe it is. He's had 2 apartment glow ups. Little shoebox. He's now living in a 2-bedroom apartment. And the only reason he's got access to that is because he's either, let's pretend he's got a job and the business, blah, blah, blah. They've combined income so they can pay the bigger rent or because they're now married, he's got access to different living situations. As a single man, I don't think you can move into certain apartments. You can only, like, you've got to have kids, a family, parents, or a wife to look after to go into certain types of buildings and have access to bigger spaces. So he has had a status or a lifestyle glow up because he's latched onto this one. He's got access to things now that he didn't have before. Yeah, wow. Chantal is your glow up. Gross.
Because yes, this is I would have eaten probably double that and thought,
Oh, it
that's
does,
like 5 or
doesn't it?
6 ounces, you know, I'm eyeballing it.
Maybe Chantal should get him to play it and jazz it up and put maybe some like Seinfeld, like dun, 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 or like Sex in the City drum beats behind it, dun, 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 but with her like the Feudy Beauty music in front of it. Get him to jazz it up, and it would be original music, you know, an original composition by Salah.
So this is what I'm having for dinner. Yeah, thumbnail pose.
Cutting like a
So let's
curly.
try. Oh, I forgot the pickles. Now these pickles kind of taste weird because. Hi, Sam.
Well, as I understand it, mukbang, because muk is like soup, and when they talk about food and eating, it's like muk comes into it, and pang is like bread. But I know it basically means eating show. But yeah, mukuso is eating, and pang is bread. But I guess it must mean something else. So they must have a couple of meanings. But it's like mukpang that's how you say it, like mukpang. Because the B sounds like a p. It's like a p-b sound. It's not bang. It's pang. Mukpang.
They're not dill. They're just sour. So they are sour.
More
Like, almost
crunchy,
like
fermented
lemon
pickle
sour.
things. She's
Anyway,
a creature of habit.
Let's eat. I'm gonna eat the asparagus with my fingers. Beady bite. Look, they're really skinny.
Yeah, that's the saddest looking asparagus I've ever seen.
Mm.
Oh, yeah.
So today is Thursday, and I thought I would talk about like a throwback Thursday kind of thing. Anyway.
Oh, we're going to speed her up because, geez, Louise.
They're good. Mhm.
Okay, yeah, perfect.
I probably talked about some of this stuff before.
Then why are you doing it again?
Let me know like what kind of throwback story, like stories about my past you would like to know about. Oh, let's try this pickle.
Basically, none. We want to know what you're going to do in the future. Oh, that's a great. That looks like she's got no teeth. Her demeanor, because I haven't watched a lot of like her old stuff. I've only seen the raging, crazy, gun shunting Chantal that's like high and crazy and yelling and screaming and talking like a trucker. This soft-spoken, whispery preschool teacher affectation is really disconcerting. It's giving me Kathy Bates, serial killer. It's always the quiet ones vibes. Like, and we know this is completely fake and not her personality at all. Oh, still eats the pickles annoyingly.
God.
Fantastic.
They're even too sour for me. Like, ooh.
You should try the hot mamas. Ambi did. It was too sour for her, but at least you put the whole thing in your mouth. Ambi doesn't do that. She just nibbles on it like a squirrel.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, she got that. I don't
When I
watch
say sour, I'm
Yabba.
not kidding.
I know who she is, but I haven't watched any of her stuff. but that would be
Yeah,
fun.
let me know what kind of things you'd like to talk about. I posted a picture on my
Face too.
Instagram, and this was when I don't even know how old I was, maybe 11 or 12. And
Oh, well, good on you,
back then I
Natural
had
Ginger.
bangs, and I used to
Manifestations
wear,
good things for
I
Ginger.
want to talk about things that I just
I hope you
reminisce
find
about
a
things from that era,
£50
like in
note
the
on the
90s when I was
ground.
growing up. Back to the days when, let me take you back. Back to the days when I used to make out with my posters and wear lip gloss on a string.
Okay. I don't
They were
know.
really skinny asparagus, but
Why is she
they're so
eating
good.
it with her fingers? You've got a fork. Oh, don't do that.
So yes, as I've said,
She's going to be finished that in
I
4
used to make out with my
mouthfuls.
posters. Hey, it's safer than making out with boys. I've never had any luck with that.
Do you remember the voice that she was using the day that she came all jazzed up with a hijab and she's like, I'm not going to be doing any more live streams. This is a new chapter in my life. Salah, my husband to be, and I are going to be going down a path of spirituality. The old Foodie Beauty is gone. The new Foodie Beauty is here. Please don't judge me for wearing a hijab. I'm making some positive changes. Do you remember when she came on and she did that whole video like that? And we're just like literally standing back just going, ma'am, who are you? We don't know you. What is this weird voice? You are scaring us. Stop it. Like, just a nice, polite, please stop it. Fucking hell. It was the weirdest shit. And we could tell it was so fake. She's like, what, you guys? What? That's the Foodie Beauty we know. That's the one we know.
Oh my gosh. Actually, I have some drama to tell you about that. I was in grade 7 or 8. I can't remember.
What viewers she did. I don't know how she did it.
One of those grades. Gonna get a napkin. Let's try another sour pickle.
Oh my God.
So every day to school I used to have this pack of Bonbell lip glosses. You know those lip smackers?
Oh my God. Do you want to hear my Body Bell lip smacker story? It's way better than hers. Oh my God. Oh no, let's hear hers and then I'll tell you mine. Because hers might be really awesome.
They're not bad now. But I heard something. Yep, I heard something. Anyway. Used to wear those to school. Used to wear overalls with like the straps down. Anyway.
She does. She doesn't know who she is.
There was a guy in my class.
Did he let you use his pencil once and you fell in love? Her storytelling style has never changed. It's always been choo-choo, 3 words. Choo-choo, 3 words. Choo-choo, choo, 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 choo. Breathe. Choo-choo, choo, choo, choo. A word. Choo, choo, choo. It's never changed.
He wanted to ask me out.
How do you know?
So,
Did he say that?
of course, he sent his friend to do it.
Oh,
You
it
ever
was a
notice,
joke.
like, back then, when we're kids, like,
It was a joke.
you never ask the person directly out. Like, you know, you get your best friend to do it. Or something like that. Hey, can you go ask him if he wants to go out with me? Like, oh. So.
They are affectations.
His friend came and asked me out. And I was shocked because the popularity in school in like grade 7 and 8 went in waves. Like everyone kind of had a turn. Except for a few unfortunate people. A couple of unfortunate people that never got a chance at being popular.
Except for a few unfortunate people. Maybe she was super cool in school. Maybe she ruled at the school. Maybe she was like the leader of the Pink Ladies. Who knows? I have a feeling she was awkward and weird and had just a couple of mates and they had a great time together. But I don't feel like Chantal was the cool girl or in the what was considered the cool group, you know?
And one of them, I can tell you why right away. He peed his pants in class.
Oh my
Once you pee your
God.
pants in class, there's no coming back from that. It's sad.
Did anybody know about you taking shits beside the dumpsters at school? Did anybody know about you dropping trowel and doing a poop? Anybody know about that? Because I'm sure if they found out about that, you wouldn't have been too popular. You would have been the dumpster poop girl, the bin pooper. You would have been the bin pooper. But maybe you didn't tell people about that because that would have been horribly embarrassing.
But true. I think I told you about him.
Yeah,
We're
I
all in
think
class.
she thinks she's Rizzo.
All you hear is drip, drip. I'm like, why is there a wet noise? Looking around. I was smart. I was like looking around thinking, someone got sick or someone peed. Because it happened, happened frequently enough with this guy. It wasn't the first time. It wasn't his first rodeo. And
now, as an adult going backwards, looking at the poor kid at school who pees himself, either from anxiety or in public spaces or just randomly, that makes me think there's probably something going on at home, or he's got some mental health issues, or he's got some trauma, or he's got anxiety. From a kid's point of view, he's the kid that pees himself. But as an adult looking in, you're thinking there's something going on here that needs investigating. But, kids don't look at that way. You see the world very differently when you've got more information, right? Kids are not going to be sensitive to the fact that this poor kid's peed himself in public because nobody's ever going to voluntarily do that. It would be an involuntary action. And of course, one of the reasons is because everyone's going to give you shit forever for it.
sure enough, under his desk, you could see the accident. Now, poor kid, you got to feel bad for him. They sent him to the Lost and Found, and he had to wear purple jogging pants. I'm sorry, I did feel bad for him, but purple jogging pants, he had to wear them for the rest of the day. Can you imagine?
Yeah. Could you imagine? Imagine doing something really embarrassing in front of a whole bunch of people. That would be, oh my God. I could never show my face in public again.
I don't know. Send him home, Anyway.
It's not like he twerked in a see-through black top with exercise leggings on and bent over and shook his fingers like pew-pew guns and made fun of the mass shootings in America. It's not like he did that. The kid wore purple jogging pants. I mean, imagine the person who twerked in lingerie and then made fun of little kids being put in danger. I mean, that's pretty freaking embarrassing, don't you reckon? I'd be a bit shamefaced if I did something like that.
Maybe he couldn't go home. I don't know. So,
probably happened to her. I can imagine it.
I'm trying to use my chubby finger. I don't want to use a fork. I'm trying to use my chubby fingers to get
Bye,
into the pickle jar, but
bye.
I'm the only one who eats these. That's why I do that. Anyway,
See you later.
so everyone had their turn being popular. And when I had my turn, I was on cloud nine. I was so happy. I kind of let it get to my head and was a bit snobby, actually.
Surprise.
I know these don't look very appetizing, but they are good.
Because you cooked them.
So, Sam is just sleeping here.
Okay, great. Yep.
Anyway.
Look how much smaller her hands
So during my
look here.
popular time,
I mean,
one of the most popular guys in class, of course, asked me out. Pretty sure he dumped the girl from the week before that was popular and asked me out.
Chantal, no, he didn't. Stop it. Was there? Could Could this have been an episode of Degrassi that she's talking about? Is she just reciting Degrassi Junior High episodes and like just applying them to her own social life? I feel like that's an episode of Degrassi.
Mm. So I said yes.
Of course you did. Male
So annoying,
attention.
though. He didn't even just. Not only did he not ask me out on his own, he couldn't even call me on his own after school. When people used to call each other on the phone, on three-way. Do you remember that? Total throwback.
I never had a
Oh,
three-way.
come on. What is this?
Oh, it's Carrie.
One day I'll be as skinny as this asparagus. Don't you worry.
4 years later, you're fatter than ever. But
I
married,
got a
so you
call.
did get claimed after all.
I said the guy's number, but lo and behold, it was his friend answering the phone.
Mm. Maybe
He's
he
like,
was in
"Yeah,
love with
so-and-so's
you
on the line with
too.
us." I was like, okay. He wants to know if you want to make out tomorrow at school. So like at the last recess, which was at like I think one.
I'm sorry, but I've never had asparagus that limp. She's obviously just pan fried the shit out of that. Because any of the asparagus that I've ever eaten, it's still like it's a little bit soft, but it's not like kinked in on itself. That looks like she's eating fried shallots in like soy sauce or something. What's she done to that poor asparagus? She's overcooked it. That's what she's done.
Something. And it was winter, so on the snow hill at the back where all the grade 7s and 8s hung out.
Is she talking about her first patch or something?
So I was like, make out. That will cause, people to talk about us, and I don't want to look like a square because that's what you were back then. If you didn't want to go to like first or second base, at least.
It must be like the schools that you go to that opinions have shifted, because when I went to school, if somebody found out that you had made out or kissed someone or you were holding hands and stuff, you were kind of a little bit slut shamed. Like you were like, ooh, you're easy, you're blah, blah, blah. So you just were like, ooh, I don't want to do that because I don't want the whole school talking about it, calling me names and saying things. But then you go somewhere else and no, they're going to be like, oh, you're frigid. You're such a square. You're uptight, blah, blah, blah. Like, can't I just make my own decision without like getting emotional baggage from everybody else and like scarring me psychologically? If I like him, I might give him a kiss. If I don't like him, I don't want to do anything. Like, just leave me alone.
And we were going to go to second base, so he was going to like.
Oh, she's probably 4 in this story. Preschool was hard. No, I think she was in year 7 or something. Probably about 13, maybe. I don't know the ages exactly in Canada for school. I know we're 12 in year 7.
Next day at school.
True. She's a baby. She is a child.
Sure enough. Everyone's watching, like just waiting for us to make out.
What?
We're on the hill. We're just sitting there. And I'm like, are you going to go first? Or do you want me to go first? Or I didn't even like this kid.
Why did you say
it's like worse than an arranged marriage with someone you don't love. It was like. Or.
Yee, did she know that that's exactly what she's looking for in life? It's got to cure all your ails, Chantal. Marrying and meeting and being with someone that you don't even love. You don't even know. You knew this kid longer than you knew the man that you were going to marry. Wow.
Very similar. We were just together for popularity purposes.
I reckon too.
Ooh,
Then stop eating them if you don't like
that's enough sour
them.
pickles for me.
Jesus.
That was so sour. So anyway. Yeah.
Does anybody remember the character from the X-Men called the Juggernaut? The Juggernaut. The Juggernaut. That's who she reminds me of. The helmet, the no neck, shoulders, she reminds that just her head and her hairline. It reminds me of the Juggernaut. Hi, Camps.
Who moves in, kisses me.
It was gross.
Most
I didn't
disgusting thing ever. It's like
Yeah.
hoovering my face.
Yeah. I'm sure he enjoyed every second. I bet you were a big brusher back then too.
And that's why today, thanks to him and guys like him, being a good kisser is like so important, you know?
Maybe you're a really crappy kisser and it's not them, it's you.
Then takes a peek down my shirt like real quick. And everyone,
You know what? Maybe old mate Joe, we're going to call him Joe, and maybe he's making his own YouTube video now and he's going, and because of her, it's really important for me now that girls smell nice. I can't be with somebody who stinks. After that experience, there's just no way that I could be with someone who has really bad BO. It's put me off forever. I can't get a whiff of a personal odor. It has to smell good. I can't. She's scarred me for life. Perhaps he's sitting back and retelling his experience in not so positive terms. You're assuming that he got something good out of it. That you were the one that was imposed on. Maybe he was just like, all right, I've got to learn a kiss eventually. Chantal, she looks a bit lame. She's a bit of a loser. She's probably going to say yes if I ask her out. Who better to practice on than the most desperate girl in class? I'm going to give it a shot. And it sucked, and I'm not doing that again. She's probably, an easy target.
was like, ooh, I could hear everyone like whistling and clapping. Messed up, I know. Then by the next day, oh, we're all good. That night, though.
Oh, itchy nose. Next day,
he gets his
dumped her.
friend to call me and break up with me.
I knew it.
And I was like, oh, my 15 minutes is up. You know? So I was wondering what happened. Well,
Turns out
this
it was a
little
joke.
jerk went around telling everyone at school
I've got bad breath.
that I had big areolas.
What? So maybe she was at that age where she still wasn't wearing a bra. But I'm feeling like Chantal was as a girl that. Oh, I can imagine that's why they did it, because yeah, she's a plus size little girl. She would have been fat, so it would have looked like she had boobs, and maybe she was like growing into her body, and you know, boys do that sort of thing. And she might not yet have been wearing a bra when perhaps maybe she should have. So yeah, that's a bit mean, but you know, she seems to be okay with it. The story hasn't stressed her out too much. And then they all clapped and cheered and held her up on her shoulders, and
He said that they
Betty
looked
went
like,
off, and she was the hero. And not like
I know people are going to make fun of this for me, but I don't care. They look like the ends of balloons.
Chantal.
Yeah.
Chantal, this is why people give you crap, because you say shit like that. If you've got balloon nips, keep it on the inside. Inside thoughts. It's called an inner monologue. Nobody needs to know that about you. let's just imagine you have perfectly formed, the perfect shade of baby pink, erect, not too big, not too small nipples, because that is a potentiality. But when you tell us you have dangly, jangly balloon nips, we start to think that maybe other parts of your body are pretty gross. And then our brains start to run wild. Keep some thoughts on the inside. Okay?
So
He won the bet.
that
I
ended my
know. I mean, I suppose everything's embarrassing when you're 12.
little week of popularity.
A whole week?
I had another turn. It must have been grade 7 because I had another turn, I think, the following year at being really popular. Like it went in cycles. So, and it could be over something stupid. Like one girl was so popular, worshipped because she got a package of those Mr. Sketch smelly markers. And she only let the cool people use them. Or she'd let you use them, but you would have to use like the crappy flavors, like the black licorice or the cinnamon. The brown was the cinnamon.
She's
Couldn't come
so
up with
mad
a
about the
flavor, Mr. Sketch, like
cinnamon.
chocolate. Anyway.
She wanted to use the chocolate pen.
Anyway,
she
guys.
wasn't allowed.
Guys.
She wasn't cool enough.
Anyways, guys, so let me show you quickly here. So this here is this was Neil was.
Okay. So she didn't actually tell us the Bonnie Bell story. She just said that she wore it to school and then she had the boy and she wore the Bonnie Bell. Okay. Do you want to hear my Bonnie Bell story? Because mine's very different to hers. Okay. So I was at home. I came home. I'd been to Target, came home. I lived outside of town. I lived in a beachy place and we lived about 20 minutes out of town. Beautiful view. I'm hanging in the lounge. I'm probably watching Dr. Phil or something, like that, Dr. Phil. And I've put on my brand new Bonnie Bell because, must have been going into winter. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to moisturize. Bonnie Bell, no problems. I had a history of having an allergic reaction to certain brands of lipstick. I'd never had a reaction to a Bonnie Bell or a lip balm before. Well, hell's bells. I'm lying on the couch and the next minute my lips started to swell. And when I say swell, I ended up looking like Mick Jagger. I'm not kidding. Like I'm talking Kylie Kardashian challenge. It was mental. My eyes started to itch. My throat started to itch. My ears got the itch. It was like that scene out of Hitch where things just started to swell. So I've called my mum because mum and I shared a house at the time. And I'm like, Mum, I think I might need to go to the doctors. I might need to go to the hospital because something's happening. I'm either transforming into a werewolf or I'm having an allergic reaction to my new lip balm. What do you say? So my mum's popped me in the car. We've got my son. We've all tropped into the car. So she's taken me up to the hospital and I'm literally sitting there rubbing my thighs because I felt like I was going to burst out of my skin. And she's trying to talk to me. I'm like, Mum, just drive. Just drive. Just drive. I can't talk. I can't think. My body's just everything felt wrong. So I've gotten into the emergency room. They've triaged me because I've got a funny feeling in my throat and everything's starting to swell up. So they think, oh, this might be bad. She might go anaphylactic. I didn't. I was okay, guys. I didn't die. They popped me into the emergency room, put me onto a bed, and they're like, so what have you eaten today? What have you come in contact with? Anything new? Washing powders, food, blah, blah, blah. And I said, look, I did buy a new Bonnie Bell lip smacker. And they're like, okay, alrighty then. Are you wearing it now? And I'm like, no, I've totally wiped it off. But my lips are like this, like my eyes and everything's just mental. So they gave me a shot of something. I don't know what it was, probably adrenaline or Benadryl. I don't fucking know. And then they just monitored me for a few hours and they wanted to make sure my airway was clear and I didn't go into anaphylactics. And I said, so what do I do now? And the doctor just looked at me and says, don't buy Bonnie Bell lip smackers anymore. And I'm like, okay. And I went home and I've never tried one ever again. It was cola flavored, by the way, if you needed to know. So I don't wear Bonnie Bell lip smackers because I'm potentially allergic to them. The more you know. That's my Bonnie Bell lip smacker story. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I'm eating on The Regulators by Richard Bachman. I've read it.
I know, nobody imagines her nipples.
So,
nobody thinks of her like that.
I had to scratch out the day I was on because, you know, I was like off the wagon for a bit. So I'm starting over.
Oh,
And I'm going to take off the water. I already had 2 750 mils. This is my third. So at lunch, 1:45
don't
p.m.
do
I
it.
had
Put them in the
no sugar
bin.
added yogurt, 24 almonds, which is 2 fats. The no sugar yogurt is considered half a dairy, and I'm allowed 2 a day.
Oh,
1 ounce of
it was hard. It felt like my body just felt like it was in a vice, like it was hot, but it just felt like it was being twisted. It was weird. It was the weirdest. My whole skin just felt wrong, like I didn't belong inside my body. It was just like I think it was just my whole immune system was just reacting to the thing that it didn't like. And of course, because that was happening, my anxiety just peaked and I couldn't think and I couldn't talk and blah, 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 blah. But it was like a hot, tight sensation. That's all I can say that was happening.
salami, which I measured out, which is the 1 protein, 2 ounces of light Swiss, which is 2 protein, tomatoes and cucumbers, which are 3. Now today, dinner, 6 p.m. I started eating at 1:45. I know my schedule's a little off. I put 2 teaspoons of olive oil, which is like 2 fats, because there was I put about 2 teaspoons of
We're not
olive
going to
oil.
worry about her calorie counting and all that stuff because we know basically it just goes absolutely out the window probably the very next day and nobody cares anymore. All right, so I'm just going to have a look at my thing because I did have. Do you want to watch her Chantal getting ready for the weight loss surgery? Because I think that'd be a bit fun. What are the other ones that I put on here? Because I know I've found some really good ones. Oh no, here's the one that I thought would be interesting. Chantal gives her side of the story. Now, I don't want to play this one if I'm going to trigger anyone or if you're not in the mood for something a little bit more serious, but it could be fun still, serious fun, I don't know. Gives her side of the story about her giving Nada the alibi about the May situation. I don't think she talks too much about the May, but she just talks about how we wanted her to lie and blah-de-blah-de and how she didn't want to lie. It's basically more about like how she was trying to be moral and upstanding and yada, 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 yada. Which one? Getting ready for weight loss surgery or Chantal giving Nada the alibi, keeping it straight with her audience? Which one? No, she was getting ready for it. I've had anaphylaxis. What set you off, Moonface? What was it? Was it seafood? Was it peanut butter? Was it a perfume? Dust? What was it? Dust? Anyone? No. Oh, I'm scared. And that's why I don't eat blueberries anymore because apparently that can lead to, I get this weird feeling when I eat blueberries as well. And someone told me that I need to be careful because it could turn into anaphylaxis if I keep eating it over time and ignoring the weird feeling. So we just avoid. Okay. No, she didn't get weight loss surgery. She was just considering it and doing some prep work because weight loss surgery was on her list of things that she might have been considering to get her weight under check. But we know how she feels about weight loss surgery. It's unnatural and you need to eat carbs, bitch. That's how she feels about weight loss surgery now. So which one? Or I'm just going to pick. If you don't pick, I will. Right, I'm going to count down. I'm going to give you 10 seconds to let me know. The first person who says one. Okay, what have we got? Love stories my whole life. One day, allergic. I know, and I think that's what's happening with the blueberries. I'm down to watch whatever. Allergy shot for my asthma. They gave the wrong dose and I collapsed. Oh my God, that's scary. Especially when like a professional's like caused it. It's something environmental. Oh, yeah. Is it airborne allergy or is it just like she has to ingest it? Because the airborne one frightens me a lot because someone could just walk past you and they've eaten peanut butter and breathe in your direction in the wrong way. Done. Allergic reaction. That's scared. Chantal's side of the Lars. All right, Hugh's made the big call. That's what we're going to watch. Now, if it gets a bit intense, it's only 12 minutes long. If it gets a little bit too much, we'll just shift to something else because I don't want to, because it's been a while since I watched this one. Oh, and she's looking a particular shade of beige in this one too. Long, limpy, lank-looking, unbrushed pea wig, and that beige ginghamy anorak bloody, I don't know, not an anorak. What is it called? I can't remember the name of it. Poncho thing that she got for Christmas from her sister. And she looks washed out as all get out. She's not looking very good. She looks kind of sick here. Oh, this is when she was at the, like the drug was the rugs, YouTube, the rugs. This is when she was at the height of it all. Oh, don't buffer. Here we go.
I'm gonna get coffee. I'm not gonna look at the chat, okay, and read the bullshit right now because I don't want to get distracted by what I have to say. I'm gonna tell you objectively.
Poncho, that's it.
I'm not here to bash Natter. I'm not here to talk shit about Natter.
Mm.
I'm not here to talk shit about anyone. I'm here to say exactly the truth. That's it. How it is. You can believe it. You can not
let
believe
it rip.
it.
Let the truth fly. Let it out the cage.
I'm driving, but I'm gonna pull over. Okay. So I figured out what's going on here. So I don't even think Natter really knows what's going on. I think so. Number one, we have on one end of the spectrum, we have a shitstorm. Okay, so let's unravel the shit and let's just go through the shit. So we have Natter who's never wanted to be on the internet. He's got anger. He's got all these issues, and I completely came online and I completely betrayed his trust, person to person. And no, I'm not here just to make excuses either. Trust me, I'm getting to, don't worry. But I'm going to be fair on what I've said.
Wait a minute. I'm sure we did a retro react. I don't know, a couple of weeks ago where she's like, well, he deserved it. He totally deserved. He deserved everything. He deserved being called out. He deserved getting doxxed after everything he did to me. He deserved it. But here at this stage in the relationship, she's like, oh, I've done the wrong thing and he deserved his privacy. Oh, that's right. She said he doesn't deserve his privacy for all the things that he's done to me. He doesn't deserve privacy. Well, seems like Foodie thinks that maybe she's done the wrong thing by talking some shit about Natter. Maybe he doesn't deserve it after all. Maybe we've got it all wrong.
This is my interpretation of everything. You're welcome
Her
to
interpretation.
You're entitled to it at this point because yes, you've been watching it, okay? But I want it to be a fair analysis. So, he's a man who pride and ego is a huge thing, okay? My problem is that it comes before his love for me. I'm not ignoring people. I'm trying to get everything out. So, I don't know. I'm stuck on the fence whether it's...
Did you just say that his pride for himself comes before his love for me? Wait, this is from the Queen of What the Fuck's channel, by the way. So this is a condensed, concise version. When was this? This was January 28th, 2022. So all the crap's gone down. Didn't we watch something from February? Didn't we watch her breaking down, going mental in February oh God, things changed too hard. They broke up like 70 million times, so who knows? But she was talking very kindly about him here. Ooh, that's a bit weird, isn't it? He'd been abusive. He'd done the potential grape at this stage. I'm pretty sure we'd even seen... No, this was just the first 12 months. So we've still got a whole bunch of natty crap to get through before we get to the crux of it all.
It's right or wrong to air out the dirty laundry. Some of it, yes, was very inappropriate.
This is only 3 months.
Being a YouTuber who talks openly and shares everything, it's so hard for me to just turn off. Especially when I have people like what happened? You know, you feel like people are listening to you. You want to tell your side because the communication with Natter.
But we don't deserve the truth now in Kuwait. Even though we've been watching since before then, we don't deserve it now because we've done her wrong. Her audience deserves none of the truth, all lies, all fabrication, all subterfuge. That's all we deserve, the audience. And her paying members as well.
And I is fucking shit. And his number one thing, like what makes him the most mad and hurts him to the core, is when I talk about us when I talk about him or us online in any way. So then he feels cornered and he feels like he has to lie. Like he has to go online and backtrack and like make himself not look bad. And what I'm trying to tell him, and he doesn't listen, so I have no choice but to come on here this morning and tell my side, because I'm sorry, boy, but I love you, but I'm not going to take a fucking career hit. Not just a career hit.
You don't have a career here. You are a chick that sits on the YouTubes and talks. It's not really a career. It's just something that you do. You don't have to sit here and do this. You could sit and film it and send it to him and hope he watches it. Or if he doesn't listen to you when you talk and doesn't understand you and doesn't get you, then you should not be with this person. If this is the only way you feel like you could get your story across, you should have dipped. Dippity dude. Walked away. Left the situation. You don't stick around if somebody doesn't respect you enough to at least listen to you without mumbling and yelling and throwing something at you. Blah, 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 fucking bitch. That's not a good guy.
Moral hit, like on my morality. I'm not going to lie. Like, because I know you guys think I'm a liar.
Yep.
And while what I said about him online may have been wrong to do that because he confided in me. So for him, his perspective, yes, he's going to be mad. But nothing, I didn't lie about anything that happened. And what I told you, everything I fucking said happened. And in a lot of those things, I was done wrong. But he doesn't even acknowledge that at all. So I'm willing.
I think BB had genuine affection for her. He met her off the YouTube, picked her up at a gas station, just moved. Well, he didn't ask her to move in. She moved in. But I'm thinking that he was with her for at least 7 years. So maybe 2 or 3 of those he actually dug her. And maybe had a good time together. I think maybe BB. I think James, in James's weird, awkward way, had strong affection for her, but I don't know if it was love. It was probably more dependence or, comfort. But I think BB loved her. But I think everybody else just used and abused her because she, she's got a lot of problems,
Because I just don't have enough respect for myself, I guess. I don't know. I'm completely addicted to him. I'm just going to admit it right now. I have a problem. To me, I deal with the pain more of being in the dysfunctional relationship with him over leaving. Because I just feel so fucking depressed at one point. At first, the first few days, it was so nice having your guys' support. You guys were supporting me, and it just felt so awesome. And I always, always, always appreciated it. Always. That is...
No, she never appreciates it. She hates it.
Perfect. I do change my mind a lot about how I feel about him. Like, if I want to be with him, I try so hard to make it work, and it's just like take the hint. Fuck, it's not, but... I don't want to destroy him in this live stream. I want to just explain, and I don't want to be a spokesperson for DV victims. I'm sorry. I never signed up for that. I feel like someday maybe we will. I don't know how this works.
She doesn't want to be the spokeswoman for DVDs for the DVD. That's what we're going to call it, DVDs, because YouTube picks up on the stuff for the DVDs and the Blu-rays. But she loves to pull out the DVD stats and apply it to herself. And she does. She loves to pull out the stats and let people know that this is average, this is normal, and this is why I behaved this way, because I am a generic DVD victim. I sure am. I'm a classic victim in every way.
But I'm in the middle of it right now. So how the fuck do you want me to be a spokesperson for anybody when I'm not fucking perfect? Fuck. Okay, now that that's out of the way.
I don't want to bust anybody's bubble. Sorry if I've got to move. My neck gets stiff and I've got to go to the chiropractor and stuff. But Foodie, if you're listening, old Foodie in the car, Optima Foodie, if you're listening, I just want to point out to you that every single human being in a coupling of any type, same sex, different sex, transgender sex, arranged marriage, not arranged marriage, none of them are perfect. Nobody who's been married a year or 75 years are perfect in any way, and they still manage to make relationships work. It's the imperfections sometimes that actually add to the zest and the zazziness of a relationship. It's not about being two perfect people and having success because you're both perfect, because how fucking annoying would that be? I don't want to be in a relationship with a perfect person because then I would feel more flawed. I would feel like a failure. They would be the golden one and then I'd be the piece of crap. No, it's great when you're flawed together and you can laugh about it. And where they lack, you can make up the difference sometimes. That's how it works. You don't have to be perfect to have a relationship where you don't get to be a DVD victim or hit or abused or drugged or forced or coerced, or you're crying every other day or driving here, driving there, giving money. You don't have to do any of that. And you don't have to be perfect to expect better than that either. I just wanted to let you know in case nobody ever told you. You don't have to be perfect to have good things.
Good morning, everybody. Oh, this is not members only? Oh my God.
Oh, she looks
Well, it's not
terrible
members only.
here.
I just want to get it out. Okay, no, I'm gonna continue on members only. I'll be back. All right. So
Where's Natural Ginger? Are there any English people? Any English people in the chat? Because she looks like her name should be Beryl, and she lives on an estate, and she's got 5 kids, and the names are Jasper, Jack, Jonah, and Jeremiah, and they're all absolute shits, and they're always running around kicking cans, breaking fences, getting in trouble with the law. They're total bruvs, mate. I feel like she should be yelling at like the girl next door, don't be coming over here and talk to my husband and put your tits away. Fuck you. Don't you come knocking on my door. I'll have you. That's what she looks like to me. She looks like an angry English housing commission mum. That's what she looks like. She lives on one of the estates and she smokes like a chimney. She's always on the drink, always fighting with somebody. Yep. 4 boys. None of the dads are the same.
who's pathetic and has no lives? Okay, so what happened was the whole reason I got down to it. The whole reason we were fighting was because I lied to him about going to Pete's Christmas with him. So how does he repay me? He invites Dee Dee over. So that was that. Fighting little detail fights like that don't matter. Those are things maybe obviously I need to keep to myself. I understand that. Then Dee Dee fucks everything up by coming into the chat. And when I saw her message, I felt like an excitement. Like just like
Aussie.
oh my God, like
100% Aussie.
Him again.
Queenslander.
100% addicted to this person. And where it's all a problem is that he is too. And he's not admitting it. And he wants to make me look bad. So if you want to make me look bad, that means you don't love me.
Mm-hmm.
Or you're an extreme case of narcissism, which you are. I'm going to get to BBJ in a minute. I swear to fucking God. I can't with the comments. That poor cat. I hope she's alive. It was a fucking nail trim. Calm your tits. Holy shit. I can't be the only one annoyed with the BBJ comments. If you're about to fucking shoot yourself over hearing people talking about BBJ, put a 1. And you deserve that. Anyone who thinks I'm a bad cat owner is a fucking asshole. And you can eat shit and I'm about to block you when I come back. So
no, we know it for sure now. We've got the medical records and we've got photographic evidence of it. We just know it now. Interesting.
Be ready, bitches. All right. That's right. Don't like it? Show up. I'm just going to talk freely about how I feel.
Hi, oranges. Hi.
I don't care. I missed him at that moment. Okay? I'm just going to come out and say it. I fucking missed him. I missed his dick and I wanted to see him. That's it. Yes. Even after everything. Is this a person that's...
She missed his tiny little pink peen because she described it graphically in the Cubistream because it did not compare to Renee's big black instrument of torture. No. He had a tiny little baby finger, little pink finger, and she always faked it as well with him. She did. She says she admits in the Cubistream that she faked it with Nada. Hard to believe, I know, because he looks like it. Just like he looks like he knows what he's doing. He knows how to woo a lady.
Roll up or what? I have a hot pistachio latte. We talked on Messenger, on Debbie's Messenger, because we had each other blocked everywhere. That wasn't a lie. We talked on Debbie's Messenger, and he answered. I didn't talk to Debbie. He answered on her Messenger. He was on the couch. The only way I can live with this is I have to accept that maybe this relationship has been fucked up from the get-go, and maybe for real, he really thought there was no relationship, and I have to be okay with the fact that maybe we're just not going to be completely monogamous people. maybe he did something I'll never know, and I have to just work it out later, or like whatever. I won't take it serious either. I will talk to whoever I want, you know. And that put my mind at ease a lot. I started thinking of like, you know, some dudes, maybe I can talk to them and it would be lighthearted. It would be less intense if we were like that, because I watch him and Dee Dee have fun and there's no fucking drama, and I'm honestly fucking jealous. Like, I don't know if like fucking a woman makes you completely crazy. I don't know, but you are not like that with me at all.
What does that tell you? If he can have, well, we know that their relationship's gross, but if they don't have drama when they're together and everything's calm and everything's cool and everything's kosher, as far as you can tell, what does that tell you about you being compatible with him? I just need you to sit down and think about it. Just think about it for a minute. If you can see him with another human woman interacting better than he is with you, that just screams that you guys are not a good pairing. And you're not his girlfriend, that's for sure. You're not his girlfriend, or you shouldn't be.
I ended up going to get them in Montreal, and I'm sorry for lying. I don't know what else to do sometimes but to lie, because I feel like if I'm truthful, I don't want to be truthful because I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk. And I agreed to follow his
Sorry, I didn't want to ruin
his
your
way
chips.
is to lie about it. And I can't. Like, I have an actual community with you guys, with my VIBs. So I went to I drove early morning all the way to fucking Lushin. And we got in the car and we didn't say anything for the longest time. And I'm sorry, Nader, to do this to you. I know you look like a hard man, but he was very, very, very loving yesterday. He shaved my...
Oh, that made me feel a little weird. He was very, very loving yesterday. No, loving like a great white is loving. Like, man,
And right now, we were laughing.
They'll bump you before they bite you.
Like it was old times. It's like we don't know how to be together, but we don't know how to be without each other too. So what happened yesterday? So what happened with the 12-hour live stream, and this is the honest truth, I had planned to start...
Pat, I know what you're saying. Why couldn't she just find a normal, average, decent guy who had a job, fawned over a little bit, made him her boyfriend, and then cheated on him and then leave? Why couldn't she just do what she always does? But no, he drew her in. There's something magical about a cokehead with bad teeth. I don't know. It's probably because he was a chef. That's why. She was like, oh, I'm going to date me a chef. He's going to cook for me 24/7 and I'm going to be just in hog's heaven.
Start the live stream, clean up the villa, make it at home, like a very relaxing day. Take BBJ to the vet. I had a technician appointment. They fit me in for a technician appointment for eyesight. Mostly I would like her nails trimmed. They said, is there anything else wrong with her? Like any symptom? Like what else do you want? And I was just like, well, mostly just nail trim mostly, but I should have also...
She's whiny, she's needy, her ears smell, she's losing hair. I haven't had her checked for UTI. She's getting on a bit. Can you just do a blood draw, maybe test her urine, just do an overall check. But mostly she does seem to have quite a bit of a stinky ear. Can take care of that. And I'm surprised that the groomers or the vets that she was taking her to would not have seen these problems and have immediately guessed that stinky ears means they're gunked up and fixed the problem. That's because she never took her.
Said I like a checkup, right? Like a normal checkup, because there's nothing wrong with BBJ. Like, knock on wood, but I'm going to bring her. Like, I rescheduled for tomorrow. And we're definitely not missing it. I made her a full medical appointment, like not just the nail trim. When I started the stream and I just I couldn't do it, guys. Like, you're not fucking YouTubers. A lot of you, maybe some of you who are, would understand. Like, I just couldn't do it. Like, I could not entertain 1,000 people yesterday in my mind state. I thought I could. I turned the camera on. I was good to go. And then I just was like, I am not feeling okay all of a sudden. And that, I can't do it. Got in my pajamas. I'm sorry to out your lies. I got in my pajamas, which you see in the video. I let him I brought over my media stand because he wanted it, so I gave it to him. I don't mind being a giving person, like, for people. Like, if it'll make you happy. My grandma was like that too.
I don't mind being a giving person, but then she's also the giving person that throws it back in your face. After everything I've done for you, you're filming your videos on my stand using my ring light as always, using my iPad to chat to other women, using my phone to talk to other women on messengers. I drove you around. I paid your rent. I bought your groceries. These are things that he's now indentured to you because you did them for him. If they were a selfless act because you just love to be generous, then you wouldn't be worried about getting repayment for it. You give because you love the feeling of giving. You don't give because then that person's then indebted to you. I hate that stuff. I absolutely hate it. And if somebody gives me a gift, I'll be like, thank you, and be grateful for it. But if they're like, oh, well, you know, you need to do this for me. And I'm like, well, no. And they're like, well, I bought that stuff for you. And I'm like, yeah. And I said, thank you. What more do you need? What more do you want? Well, if that's the case, you can have that things back because I don't want to do that. Or were you just trying to buy my loyalty? Like, that's a bit shady. I don't like that. If you would have asked me, I would have done it for free. If you'd asked me in the right way. Like, I hate that stuff. I hate it. My mum has a little bit of a history of being a bit like that, being a bit of a martyr. And I called her out on it once and she went nuts. But she took it to heart and she stopped doing some of those things that, oh, I would do this for you and blah, blah. I'm like, well, don't do it then. If you don't want to do it, I will find another solution. Just, I hate that. If you don't want to do something, don't do it.
Anything I wanted ever. Like if I said I liked something, she'd be like, do you want it? Like no matter what it was.
Hi,
Like, I'm a fucking spoiled
Cowboy.
fucking
Hi.
brat. And no, I don't like it. I'm sorry. And I'm trying to, I have a therapy appointment tomorrow and I'm gonna be on a regular schedule with that with my
and then
therapist.
stopped.
I don't think she's non-existent, but she exists. So he was fiddling. He wanted to go live.
Oh,
and I was
that's
standing there, like,
right.
getting ready to go upstairs near the fridge. And
Her therapist friend who she would talk to, but not as a therapist. That was her job description and she would talk to her, but not as a client therapist situation. That she was just vent to a friend who happened to be a therapist.
he's fiddling with the phone and he accidentally hit go live. And then like you see me in the live stream and I said something. He was like all fucking mad. Like he was so mad, but it was his fault, so he wasn't that mad. He's like, you have to come online and say you came here to apologize. It's the only way. You have to say it. Like,
no, he put her on the spot. He's like, sit your ass down. I'm turning the camera on. If you're going to do this, you're going to do it on camera. So you can't turn it around on me. So she was so embarrassed. This is clearly after that live that we watched the other day where she was caught and she was like, I was acting like a weirdo the other day and I feel really bad and Dee Dee's just a friend and yeah. And she was really like meek and red in the face and shocked and stunned. And I sat down and he destroyed that tuna steak, that live. And then this is the attitude that she's coming out with because now she looks like the asshole. It's like, no, it was an accident. No, he did it on purpose, you dodo. And you're never going to make us believe it was anything else. He wanted to bust your ass and he did. And you looked dumb. Ha ha. Ha 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 ha.
My opinion, we should have just both like gone live together and owned our shit. Like, we are sorry to dump our fucking relationship issues on you over and over and then go back to each other. Like, it's a totally normal thing to do, but
oh my God, that's
we do it
so weird.
like he would rather like look like a fucking
that.
piece of crap liar than even admit that we're back together, I guess. I don't know. I was like, no. And then he went live and he just like,
he said in that live stream, you act like we're a couple. We're not together. What are you talking about? And she was like, looking around awkwardly. He said, we are not together. You act like we're a couple. I don't know what you're talking about. There were the 5 things that I understood that he said. And now she's like, well, now we're back together. It's like, what? Because he let you in the house and he didn't like get mad and bash stuff around and like you have a massive fight. That doesn't mean you're together. That just meant that he didn't freak out on you on that situation. But yeah, where were your big balls then? You were very meek in front of the camera.
like forced the camera on me because I said, he even said, he's like, she doesn't want to be on camera. No, of course I don't. Because like, what? You want me to lie? And if I don't, you're going to I'm going to feel your wrath. No, thank you. No, I will distance myself from you after fucking kissing your ass all night. And then I will tell the truth. Yes, I did, you guys. I didn't want to hear it yesterday. Like I couldn't,
What? Why would you kiss his ass all night if you're just going to walk away and distance yourself? Wouldn't you just be like, well, this obviously isn't going the way that I expected to do. Grab your bag and leave. Oh, because she wanted to get dick down. She wanted the tuna. She was fanging for some overcooked, dry ass tuna.
Like, this is my real life, guys. This is not like, I don't know. It's like fucked. I just want him to tell the truth. That's all I want is for him to tell the truth. Like, I'm not lying for you. I'm not lying for you, and I'm not lying anymore. Like, period, about anything. Like, I feel dirty doing that. I hate lying. I feel like a dirty liar. I will never, ever lie to you guys, ever.
Hugh, literally. So if somebody came to me and said that to me, and a family member said, look, right, if you can't pay me rent, I'll just have to be homeless. I'm like, well, if you'd like, I can send you some links to some homeless shelters that would be able to help you maybe get some temporary accommodation or some government assistance that can maybe get you some free food boxes, whatever you need. But yeah, I can't help you out with that this time. And what's the bet that person manages to round up their rent some other way? I can guarantee you they're going to find another way to get that rent paid. And it will not be from you, and they will not ask you again.
Again, I swear, you have a right
It's
to
to
be
guilt.
mad,
It's to
promise.
bluff. No.
I'm just a weak human being. I don't know what to do. I'm like fucking addicted to this guy. And I just want him to like own the shit. Like help me own the shit. I feel like I'm alone in this and getting all the heat for it. Okay, Krista, excuse me. I'm not on any other drugs. That's 100% bullshit. You're a lying liar. We don't feel sorry for you. You deserve this. Well, thank you very much. I'm glad that you think that I deserve all kinds of pain because I'm not a perfect person. Thank you. That makes you a good person to wish pain on somebody. You know that? Don't be mad. Oh my god. I want to go home. All right. So I'm not thinking of like, oh shit, I'm exposed. I need fucking money. That's not what I'm thinking. What I'm actually thinking of is like my integrity as a person. I am for real. 100%.
Good on you, Deb.
I am in therapy. No, I canceled my therapy for BBJ. God, my appointments are a fucking mess. I need a secretary. I'm sorry, guys. I'm a disorganized fool. I know. Sarah Kate again. Will we be getting a 12-hour stream next time you hit 90K? Oh my god. Yeah, I guess I'll have to work for that again, right? I know you guys have so many questions, but I'm so tired. Humiliation tuna my way. Oh, I can't. No matter if you're watching, I don't think you'll want to see me after I did this, but I had to do it because you made me look really stupid. I feel bad. I never messaged back the wig lady, and I feel like an asshole. So I'm all in.
Then why didn't you have this energy in front of him? Why didn't you say, well, I'm kind of pissed off that you've done this publicly now. I wanted to keep this between you and I because I didn't want to cop all the flag. What about what you are responsible for? Let's talk about that. I will talk about what I'm responsible for, but I would really like it if you would talk about what the things you've done wrong. If we're going to do this live, let's do it live. Let's do all of it, not just my part of it, your part of it too. Have you or have you not told me that you love me? Have you or have you not told me that I'm your girlfriend? Have you or have you not set up the expectation that we are a couple in some way? Like this is the words that you have said to me in behind the scenes. True or untrue? No, she doesn't. She was just like, I'm just really hungry. Sweep it under the rug. And now she gets in a car after she's been dicked and tuned. And she's got the audacity. I look like an asshole and I look like a liar and I look like a fool and I need to try and twist this around to make him look like the bad guy, which he is. But she's also the bad guy. They're both bad guys.
I'm going to send her sorry. I'm going to pay her for her service anyway. I missed the appointment. Can you guys help me with my wig today? Can we just make up and just be happy again? She puts her finger in her mouth and smirks when she talks about how abusive it is. That is disgusting. I do not.
Yeah, no more.
Can they fix it?
You are not the bank of Hugh.
It's overwhelming. There's so many like questions and stuff. I don't know what to do. Okay, I have a couple of things I have to do, and I'm gonna come back over.
She doesn't have any.
I promise. Bye.
All right, guys. was the last one for the evening. We're at 2 hours and 15 and my neck's getting a little soft. I've got to massage it so I can click it into place. It's an ongoing thing, but it is getting better. I'm going to take this little dough cookie and put myself to bed. I might get a little nibble before I go to bed. I've had some fun with you guys tonight. I'm working tomorrow. It's an all day tomorrow, so I may not be live streaming. I probably won't do a live stream tomorrow, but then it's Saturday. And guess what? I have Saturday off. I do. So we might do something in the late afternoon or we might do something at this time of night, depending on what's going on. I feel it. I'm going to put my antenna out there. I feel like we might be getting a live stream. Now, if there is a live stream on Saturday and I'm around and I have my equipment going, we might dip in if she live streams. I hate the live streams, but I feel like I could watch it with you guys. But that's only if something happens on Saturday, okay? We might do a little snipe. I don't do it. I don't think I've ever done it, but we might do it if it happens on Saturday. I feel like something's a brewing, something's fermenting under the fupa. She's getting the rage on under the hijab. But anyway, it's been fun. Thanks everybody for coming. Okay, I'm going to say just a quick goodbye to everybody that I can see and everybody that I can remember. I'm going to say bye Dot, Allegra, Oranges, Porranges, Lala Boo, Hugh Madbro, Moonface Pondu, Deb Fausch, Allegra, Oceana, Cat, Unpaved Road, Tangled Bliss. Who else was here? We had, I didn't see Lara Luke today, but maybe she's asleep. Allegra, Camps. I can always think of these afterwards. All the people that were in here. I can never think of them now, though. Oceana, Lala Boo, Sassy Bear, Star. Becca Boo. Oh, I said Becca. Lala Boo. And then there's Becca Boo. There's the two Boos. Going all the way back. StreamYards, you always got to say hi to StreamYards. Gentle Crone was here. Hi and bye. Lisa was here. Ima was here as well. Thanks for coming. All the lurkers. Hi lurkers. Bye lurkers. Nemanor is here. Lisa's studio. I said Lisa. Enola. Charlie's mum. Thanks, everybody, for coming. And all to the locust natural ginger. And most of all, thanks, Foodie, for showing up and giving us this great content. All right, guys, hit the like on the way out. I'll see you on Saturday. Do your Kegels, drink your water, put on your sunscreen. All right. Bye, guys.